That was one of the big things that Neil, the director, regretted cutting out was the Pringles Dick song and the Chicken Noodle Dick song.
But special features.
It's a little over 90 minutes. The documentary. I mean, believe me, the guys. He claims. I mean, he's got a 4-hour version of the documentary that I'm sure we'll all get to see one day.
Yeah.
He's also got 650 hours of everything.
We were talking, Neil and I, and he was saying that like he could put out the entire long version. He goes, and some of the fans, they'll probably cut together a better movie than I made because that's how our fans are.
Yeah. He actually.
We should just dump the entire all 500, 700 hours of all the footage.
Why don't we
and let one of you weirdos just get in it and make like the perfect cut of it.
Should we bring Neil up here? And,
let's bring Neil Berkeley. Looking good, baby. Neil Berkeley. Ladies, feast your eyes.
Oh, wow. Okay. You said at the hotel, you're like, we can't share an Uber because you got to change, and we made fun of you. But holy cow, you changed.
Thanks for bringing me up after Lamar.
Yeah. We hard to follow, but the room got quiet.
So the way it works is...
No, for those of you who are just listening, there's no way to express how dynamic that guy was on stage.
He took over the room.
Whatever you're doing, Lamar, I'm in.
He took over the room, and then after he left, everything got quieter. I don't think that's because he was making the noise. I think it's because everyone was like, "I'm into it. I'm into Bitcoin." I think they're online trying to find out more about Bitcoin.
He made a good case. But this is Neil Berkeley, who throughout the movie is largely a ghost because he's a good documentarian. As much as we were all stuck together on a bus, and we want to incorporate the crew and the director and everybody because we're all trapped in one vehicle for a month, he kind of insisted on being this ghostly figure.
I was talking to the producer earlier, and I said, I'm very nervous. I hope people like this movie. And he goes, do you know where you're showing it? It's like asking kindergartners if they like these cupcakes.
All right. I mean, not that you guys are easy or anything. It's just that you're driven mainly by naps and sugar. But yeah, for the last over a year, we've been living in a world where this movie hasn't come out yet, and now I don't care if they hate it or love it, but I can't wait to move across a threshold into a world where other people have seen this thing. Because I have no idea. I'm usually in total control over how people see me, whether it seems from a distance like I'm making an ass of myself, I'm crucifying myself, I'm attacking others, I'm attacking myself. It's all my big control freak game. Like I'm always just going, I control what happens. If you come to shoot me, your bullet's going to go through a bigger hole that I blew moments before you came in the door. And that's how I like it. But this movie is like, I fucked up. I hired a great filmmaker. I had to make a deal with him that I got no control over this thing. I have no idea whether it's good or bad because I watch it and I'm in it and I'm a narcissist, so I love it. But at the same time, I hate myself, so I'm like, this must be stupid because I'm in it all the time.
My line, what I tell people is why I think it's interesting and why I made it was, it's not to decide whether you love or hate Dan. It's not about that. It's about understanding why there's a room full of people watching him and listening to him talk.
Yeah.
Because you are all here because he speaks to you. He does something that you all are reacting to. It's explaining that. So
yeah, it has something.
It's your fault. It's all of your fault.
Yes.
For me, the movie really is not about Dan, not about our show.
It's about Bitcoin.
The show is never going to really recover from him leaving the stage, is it?
Well, I mean, that's like saying recover. This island's never going to recover from this papaya. I mean, you're right. We should base this fucking industry on it.
But I was going to say, like, the movie is about the fans of the show because there's a group of people that showed up. And actually, what's your name right there with the beard and the glasses? Andy. You want to come up for a second?
Oh, Andy Young, yeah. Yeah, Andy, come up.
Because this guy...
I want to apologize to Andy. He shot some footage. We didn't get to use any of it in the movie.
That's not what.
And I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry about that.
That's not one of the dudes told me I was gonna go.
Wait,
so
he's in it though, isn't he? I mean, he's
there. It's fine.
Andy's in the movie. Andy came to the show that we did in Austin during the
Yes,
tour.
you're in the movie.
Yeah.
You're in the movie.
And he came back and is it your girlfriend or just female friend?
No, just a friend that is a shooter for me, Tennille.
Tennille, right. And they came back and they did this really beautiful interview, and it was like, that was pretty early on in our tour. And you came back with this giant smile on your face, and she had this great smile on her face. And there's a really cool shot in the documentary when you guys leave our green room, they walk out, and I think she's shooting you, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so is that in the film?
Yeah.
He gives this look like he just met the Rolling Stones, and it was just and it's just like we didn't do anything except do our little show, but there's this weird sort of awesome love. There's these little bits in the film where there's straight to camera interviews with our Harmonians, and that's like I mean I'm a crier. I get really emotional when I watch that stuff. It's
everybody
really,
that sees it always talks about like being brought to tears in those moments, which is there's something strange about that because it's not like there's anybody on camera saying, "I lost my baby and I use Harmontown to." Yeah, it's just humanity. It's just people's faces, and they're just saying, I feel like I'm allowed to be me because this guy's such an asshole.
So I sent a tweet out to all the fans saying, if you want to be in Harmontown, shoot your experience of going to the show. Like, shoot what you do that day going to Harmontown. And Andy's the only person that did it, and he's in the movie. So you all could have been in Harmontown.
I haven't seen it yet.
One guy.
I haven't seen it yet. It sounds like I cry in the movie. I hope I don't cry.
no, you don't cry.
you
But you,
don't-
Okay,
you
good,
don't
okay.
cry. I mean, you
That looks super cool.
look out and smile right now. He's fucking adorable, right? So, like, that happens a lot throughout the movie where we meet people, and there's just these. Sometimes I don't even know if they know the camera's rolling. They're just kind of staring, kind of absently into the lens.
Well, Andy, now make a face like you just found out that you're totally hungry and you're totally high, and you just found out that you forgot that you put 2 Reese's peanut butter cups in the freezer, and you just found them. So open the freezer jar and make that face at that moment of discovery. That's the face that he makes
That's the face.
after he interviews me.
That was pretty much how I felt, yeah.
Which makes me feel like a bad person because I'm not worth that. I'm not a Reese's peanut butter cup in a freezer.
No, I think you are absolutely worth that. Like, I think Neil made a great point of like why people are in this room because you make people want to get out of their chairs and make something.
Yeah.
And that's like why I was so interested in like seeing the show
I'm
and everything,
assuming-
right? Like, how fucking great is it to have him back on Community? It's amazing.
This town is full of awesome people.
Yeah.
And in the movie, all the interviews they're looking right in the camera, very Errol Morris. I ripped that guy off because, whatever. But there's no lower thirds. Like the fans are right next to Ben Stiller. He is not more important than anyone else in the movie. Jack Black, Sarah Silverman is right next to Andy and some fan. With no one's name is down in the corner. They're all just people talking to the camera.
Awesome.
Andy, are you going to the movie?
Oh, fuck yeah, I'll be there for sure, yeah.
Do you have a friend here that's not able to go to the movie because they don't have a ticket?
Yeah, those dudes, I guess. Yes, oh, of course, Dan.
What?
Yeah.
It's 2 people?
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna fucking get
All right,
mobbed after this.
all right, let's-
Yeah, they're here somewhere, guys.
You have to make the face. When he gives them to you, you have to make
Everyone's
the face.
Andy's friend right now.
Yeah.
Me! I love Andy.
It's like, oh, that guy. Yeah, of course.
All right, because I only have 5 of these, but so...
All right.
I'm giving 2 to Andy Young because he went to University of Texas, and...
Yeah. I'm so sorry about whoever tries to mob me after this. You're putting me in a really weird position. I'll get, yeah.
How do these work? These are just like weird...
I'm gonna get like ripped apart when I get up the stage.
Where does the ticket
The
end?
sad part about this is that when Andy gets murdered in an alley later on.
He never got to see the movie.
Yeah. That's a double whammy.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't pan out.
Thank you, Andy Young.
Very cool. Thanks,
Thank you,
guys.
Andy.
Really appreciate it.
Andy.
Star of Harmontown, Andy Young.